All right, Ray Reynolds here with raisecredit.com, the voice of credit. We're going to have some fun today and make sure you're on point and help you get to where you want to go. So basically, the main thing is in the beginning today, I'd like you to write some things down. Every time you take a picture, all right, you make your phone smarter than you. I don't want you to do that. I want you to get it up here. Okay, the goal is very simple. The information is protected anyway. I created it. God gave it to me to give it to you. As we do this in the beginning, I want you to write down on that first piece of paper, building your future, building your dream. As we do this, keep in mind, all right, here's the problem that you all have. You didn't plan the problems. You did not plan the problems, and when they happen, you fell down, you went back to the job you hate or something else, and what the problem is, you kind of gave up. And we don't need to do that. What we need to do is follow through. So plan on the problems. What I need you to think about is this: plan on something going wrong. You're going to stub your toe. The bank's going to say no. Your friends and family, they're going to get in your way. All you got to do is write down safety credit, the line of defense. You got the ability to get through anything you want, but you got to understand safety credit, the line of defense every time. Now, I broadcast twice a day, Monday through Friday, live. I don't like pre-recorded blah, blah, blah. So the bottom line is you're stuck with me. And on Saturday, I do seminars, workshops, and boot camps, and I have fun as well. 43 years of helping people just like you. You got the ability to see it, believe it, go get it. Now, for me, I'm going to give you part of my journey, and then I'm going to help build your journey and your future too. When I was a little boy, Mrs. Hope, I call her the she-devil from hell. She gave me and what? She dropped me off Redondo Beach Pier every morning at 6:30. I saw Marina del Rey, the Torrance Rocks, and Palos Verdes. You see, I call it getting out of hell, and right now I think you need to get out of being stuck. Get past go. So I'm going to show you some things that I obtained, just a little bit. I will never show you anything I didn't obtain myself, from the Lamborghinis to the race boats, even making world records as well. Ferraris, helicopters, mansions. I like the goodies. I don't know if you do as well, but guess what? See, I didn't have the mommy and the daddy like you. The reality is I'm going to take away all your excuses, and I'm going to get you to a million at least. If you like, I'll try to even get you to a billion. But I need you to write down Ray's rules. From here, you got to stay safe and strong. Remember, we all must do our best while Jesus does the rest. Amen to that. Now, here's a problem. Every time, all right, you have a problem in your life, something goes wrong, you got an emergency, you lose your job, all right, what happens? It kind of sucks, but guess what? You run out of time, you run out of money, you jack up your credit, and you bring the pain home in 42 days. So let's understand something today, all right? Finding the time you're missing. That's what you got to do. Everybody talks about it for the last 43 years. There's not enough time in the day. I don't think that I agree with that too much. So here's what I want you to do. Tomorrow morning, I want you to wake up at 4:30 in the morning. That's right, because right now you've been sleeping in. So what you got to do is, yes, you'll drag your feet for a couple days. That's okay. So guess what? Every morning from now on at 4:30, quit sleeping in, by the way. So as we do this, you're going to have to get to know me, get to know us. Here's the thing about me. I tell it like it is. I brought in 100,000 as a kid, a million, and I brought in double billion through corporate structure by the time I was 26. I haven't had a paycheck for decades. Don't want one, don't need one. My goal is to change the world. So some of you have good or bad credit. And you're probably thinking about, or maybe you are, calling those credit repair companies. Write down Credit Services Act. It'll take you to the Federal Trade Commission. It'll tell you none of them are allowed to collect money up front, and they actually are a rip-off today. It'll even tell you about the Credit Repair Organization Act, where attorneys can't do credit repair either. So what are you supposed to do? Be confused? Go boo-hoo-hoo? Here's the thing with me. All right, out of all my clients, I build relationships with the millions of clients that I have for years. I'd like to build a relationship with you and actually get you your dreams. I'll hand you the fish and I'll teach you how to fish. Is that okay with you? I'd like to get you to the workshops with me, but today I'm going to hand you a lot of the rules and the tools for free. See, I want to personally hold your hand. At every workshop, you're stuck with me. I'm not going to pass the buck. We're going to have some fun. Now, I need you to write down a phone number if you want to remove yourself off the national mailing list. It'll be up to you if you want to do that. It is 888-567-8688. Opt out for 5 years, please. As you do this, let's keep in mind, my ultimate goal for you is to repackage your life. That's right, your house, your car, your bank account, and get you at least to $1 million. By the way, I'll even guarantee it. All right, so let's have some fun. Credit, I love credit. It saved my life as a kid. It saved my life as an adult. You see, as a kid, I had basically what? Steal and beg off the pier. In 2009, I found myself in a coma. All right, with swine flu and pneumonia, pandemic number 9. That kind of sucks. So you know what they talk about every day? Money for a rainy day. Come on, you've heard that blah, blah, blah. What you got to do is write down safety credit. You see, every time we got a problem, we got an emergency, we need $5,000. We ask our friends, our family, the bank, they all say no. Did you know if you had safety credit of $5,000, it's only $50 a month? You see, what you got to realize is you got to have safety credit to get through those bad times. Now, I want you to understand something today. They say everybody wastes $135 a week on a bunch of blah, blah, blah. That wouldn't be you, would it? You see, there's 4.3 weeks in a month. That's over $600 that people waste, or what I would say, they say actually piss away. Now, if I hand you a $50,000 credit card and you had to buy time, the payment is $612.26. For what you're wasting away in a given month, you could have bought a pizza, started a business, started a dream. Please stop wasting money today. You got a choice if you want. Today, I'd like to give you some rules and tools and change your life. Remember what I said in the beginning? I want you to plan on the problems. I want you to make sure you understand something's going to go wrong. Safety credit, line of defense. You'll win every time if you listen to me. We'll have some fun at the same time as well. Please write down SSN. Go ahead, write it down. You got an SSN when you were a teenager to get a job because you were told to, so we walked like a bunch of sheep. Then from there, every time something goes wrong, we're the duck. So the quack, quack, quack again. You only have one of these. I'd like to get you $20,000, if not to $100,000 of credit as well. But let's talk about getting you up to $100,000. But here's the problem. You can't write off personal credit or interest rate at all. But if you had the $100,000 of safety credit and only use 29%, and all of a sudden there's a pandemic, a COVID-19, or you got to lose your job and buy some time, you got 71,000 safety credit. You see, what I watch people do for 43 years is take money and credit from the family and go start a business. All that does is hurt the family. Do yourself a favor today. Write down, never bring the pain home. I call that silly and dumb. So you got a choice. Me, I was in a coma at 5.5 in 2009. Kind of sucks. There I am in the coma with millions and billions of dollars and nobody cared at the time. Reality is, what did I do? I took the corporate yacht on July 4th to watch the fireworks with my wife and friends. Guess what happened? On July 5th, I'm in a coma. That kind of sucks. But the reality is this. Where do you park your corporate yacht and race boat? I parked mine in the backyard at the time. See, I was the second largest advertiser in Los Angeles for 32 years. I got no BS, but I'm probably the most verified person you can find today. But again, what happened to me? Pretty simple. I had H1N1, COVID-9. See, here's the thing that happens after the coma. I had to walk around with an oxygen tank for 5 weeks. I still put my credit score back to an 820. You see, my family counts on me and they needed to eat. And then I built $1 million of credit. I'm not going to stay down. I don't know what you do, but the reality is it's up to you today. So do yourself a favor. Why don't you think about wearing a mask today? But again, it's not going to be a problem if you don't. You see, you only get one choice. You get to live or die. And a lot of you, it's not about you. You're going to go home and kill grandma and grandpa too. You see, you might be carrying the COVID-19. Why don't you wear a mask to save everybody around you? But again, I'll just tell you to wear a mask. If I knew to wear a mask or a bubble the night before I went into a coma, believe me, I would have wore whatever it took. Being comfortable? I've never been comfortable a day in my life. All right? When you're used to stealing and begging off the pier as a kid, how can you be comfortable? So I do the mirror test every day. Why don't you think about listening to this? Every morning when I get up at 2:25, I drop to my knees and I thank Jesus, hey, I got another day. And then I go find a mirror. And then what I do is I comb my teeth and comb my hair. See if you're going to listen. What I do is I stare in the mirror for 2 minutes. And I stop time. I ask myself 2 questions. Have I completed everything I need to? Is there more to be done? Here's the problem with all of you. You didn't stop time. You didn't put yourself in check. Some of you blame everybody else today. Or you got an idea and you got a dream. You go tell your friends and family. They kind of put it down. Then you give up. Do me a favor for 90 days. Shh. Don't tell anybody what you're going to do. Let me hand you the fish, teach you to fish. And when they ask you how you did it, just say raisecredit.com. That's all you got to do. Bottom line is you're stuck with me. Or we're going to have some fun. By the way, I'm going to chase the money, chase the dream. I love money. I can pay my bills, my family can eat, and I can help people like you. The ability to listen and learn today. But again, this time you're going to have to follow through. You see, here's the problem with most of you. You give up. Now, understand something. We're getting older, slower. We're not as pretty as we used to be. You can go back to the job you hate. That's okay. And guess what? You'll drive an Uber and deliver some pizza when they fire you. But that's up to you. See, I want to see it, believe it, go get it. So I want you to think about something. Mrs. Hope used to drop me off at the pier every morning at 6:30. I listened one night on a Wednesday night to their poker game. I wrote some little notes in the corner. See, I heard a corporation is a legal person. When I heard that, I wrote it down and I said, oh, that's my way out if I could figure it out. I went to the library the next day next to the Torrance Police Department. I asked the lady, how do I figure this out? She says, here's a book, here's a microfiche, read the book. I read the book. It said a corporation's a legal person under the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. I was expecting some rules, some blueprints, some instructions, something. Did you know it doesn't exist then or even now? Unless you take it from me. Hate to tell you, sorry, all those books you can read and all the motivation is all that great stuff. Where's the rules and the tools for you and me? So what I did is I read book after book. I'm lucky. I got an IQ off the chart with total recall in most things. So what did I do? I wrote the blueprint and the rules and the tools. And God gave me to give to you. You want to play? But again, it's up to you. See, I read the directions. That's what I want to do, step by step, one to go. And what I want to do is I want to put my life together step by step. But again, I need the instruction manual. I don't know about you, but I want to know exactly how I can do it, see it, believe it, go get it, and have nothing in my way, and I don't have any excuses. So I live by the Bible first. Then I look at the first book I wrote 43 years ago. I named it Winning the Game of Business back then for a reason. I knew I didn't want to be stressed out like the grown-ups back then and some of you. See, on the 1st and the 15th, they're all stressed out. So I knew one thing about me. If I turn it into a game, I'd like to play and I always like to win. So I wrote the book called Winning the Game of Business 43 years ago. You see, you got a choice today. All right? It's like those books right there. I've written hundreds of books, CDs, all kinds of fun stuff, TV show, radio show too. Now, by the way, that's the Millionaire's Founders Kit. There's 12 books and CDs. And if all you want is the rules and the tools and don't want to play with me, that's okay. Those are the books you've been looking for all your life. That's what I needed when I was a kid. You see, it's like the real estate today. I had $841 million of real estate under corporate structure before my coma. I'm the one who invented Homestead Blocker, UCC One Chattel Mortgage. So if you want to play in real estate, we can have fun there too. You see, I want you to write down Homestead Blocker. I know you know what I'm talking about, but I'll train you. I'll show you exactly what it means. All right, it's called Raise Rules too. Keep in mind, I want you to write down UCC One with a Chattel Mortgage. Raise Rules. You're going to master the rules and the tools. You're going to put them up here. Keep in mind, even the financial series. I was a consultant for many banks for years. I even created a book called Buckets of Money and Tax Balancing too. So if you want just the books and the CDs today, there's 18 books, 18 CDs, and guess what you get to do? You get the first 1,000 rules and tools in those books. Now, all set of those today, the office is selling for $3,000. I used to sell them for $20,000. There was a line out the door to the Bonaventure to the Marriott as well. Today it's pretty simple. If you do it through me, through the webinar, and after that, the webinar's over, up to 30 minutes, you can get it for $999 today. There's the Zelle, the wire, and the deposit. Take a picture of that page. You're probably going to need it today. That way we can play and expedite everything to get it to you. Now, all I'm going to ask you for flat out is 90 days. You give me 90 days, and I'll change your life. I'll guarantee it, and you'll be on your $1 million dream. We're going to have some fun. Now, remember something. What I want to do is rebuild your credit to make you a qualified CFO. Now, remember something. I'm the one who was training Ken Yarborough years ago. He was the security chief at TRW and Asperian, by the way. Rapid refresh, credit lines, all right, corporations, books, CDs, and classes. Now you're stuck with me. Please write down 29%. You jack up a card past that, guess what? You drop your score, and that's on you. You're going to know the rules and the tools. You're going to know how to play. By the way, if you want to make income with me, there's 4 ways to do that. First, we got to talk about real estate. We can fix it up, called a flippity-dippity-doo. We can invest and make millions as well. Now a franchise, I get my clients into McDonald's, Taco Bell, or Wendy's when they got the beef. All right, they're the only ones that stay open through COVID-19. So we got a choice today. It's called profit sharing as well. How about 84 ways to play with money, called leveraging money and credit, turning this into $1 million to $1 billion. I'll only teach you a couple of those because that's all you're going to need. So remember, today you got the chance to play with me if you want to at the workshops. But today I'm going to give you a lot of the bonuses and the free rules and tools anyway. Oh, by the way, there's a corporate car. Pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. What does that mean for you? Everybody that you see that are rich and famous today, they drive a company car and they write it off. Well, what do? You barely get a paycheck. You pay your bills, all right? You pay for a car you should not. Then you take money and credit from the family and you roll the dice. And I'm sorry to say, usually you bring the pain home. Well, let's understand what company car you want. Let me know. Tax ID, fleet price. You see, today you're probably paying for a car out of your paycheck. They say that's taxable income. You might be paying the payment, the gas, the registration, insurance. Can you say the word no from now on, please? I'd like to get you a company car with a tax ID and at fleet price, if you allow me to. But it will be up to you. See, you got a choice today. Please write down cash flow free of your time. That's all it's about, because anything else is a bunch of blah, blah, blah today. So I want you to focus. Now, the Ray Reynolds University was started decades ago. My office in Irvine was only 22,000 square feet. I had offices around the place, around the other states too, making up to $1 million a day. But I found myself in a coma. You might want to write down that phone number if you want to play with me. It's 877-519-7509. It's a profit company, by the way. Never bring the pain home, because that's called silly and dumb. The next thing I want you to do is remember there's a science behind all the madness. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to go get your Social Security card right now. Come on, ladies, it's in your purse next to your feet. Gentlemen, it's in your pocket behind you in your wallet. Pull it out. You haven't even read the card front and back, most of you. It says, do not laminate, don't use for ID purposes. It tells you flat out it's not even yours. So why you got it? Because you were told to. All right, today we're going to learn Ray's rules and tools. You were told to go get an SSN because we're a bunch of sheep. Bah, we got only one. And guess what? Federal Trade Commission today says 97% are screwed up. Maybe a couple of you. See, you got a choice today. And if you're watching me on Google, Facebook, and YouTube, that's pretty good. Guess what? You're missing the PowerPoint in front of me. You might think about going to rayswebinar.com to get the full overview. Now, I need every one of you to write down SS 4 times 4. Write it down. SS 4 times 4. You look at a credit application, it says SSN, SS4. You try this, but you fell on your face. It didn't work. Why don't you let me put it to my system and I'll make it work for you? You see, 96% of people who do corporations don't do a darn thing because they don't know what's next. Number one, you don't name it after you. That's called dumb. You don't name it what it does. That's double dum-dum. Now write down line of defense, please. I want you to have 3 divisions like I designed in 1986. 1 for real estate, 1 for franchise, 1 for current business. If you allow me to do it for you, I'll hand you up to $100,000 to $1 million per tax ID. How much would you like? Now here's what I offered you before, if you remember. If I give you $100,000 of credit, up to that for personal credit, you can't write off the interest rate or the card, but that's called safety. Remember that blah, blah, blah? They kept saying money for a rainy day? A bunch of crap. Guess what? It's called safety credit. So let's understand something today. I don't want you to bring the pain home ever again. It's called raise rules. So you got an SSN or SS4. Who wants to be the duck? Is it you some more? It'll be up to you. You got a choice today. You can listen and learn how to play the game. See, I love the United States of America Incorporated. Here's a previous president, vice president too. They're hugging and loving. Look at the face on their face and smile too. Guess what? Ever since Nixon took the gold standard out, they got the key to the printing press. They print money 24/7. Let's print some more. Those two are never going to have to be poor like you and me and have to fight for what we want, because they got it handed to them. They got the key to the printing press. Now let's understand something today. Mama just delivered a baby. And you know what she's going to be handed within 3 hours or less? An SSN form. That's right, we got ours when we were a teenager. But since I need to print some more money, Mama's going to be handed the SSN form in 3 hours or less. If not, she don't sign that form, baby's not going in the stroller. Car seat can't go home. You see, we got to learn how to play the game. You got one SSN. You got one chance not to mess up. How about we do SS4 times 4, corporation, divisions, create the line of defense. We have the ability to see it, believe it, go get it. But again, you're going to have to pay attention to me. And you and I don't give you a company. I give you a person. You're stuck with me. I got no excuses, by the way. By the time I'm done with you, neither do you. The bottom line is, plan on the problems. There's always something going to go wrong. You got to make sure you understand. You could stub your toe, the bank can say no, your friends and family in your way. I don't give a darn today. We got safety credit, the line of defense. You got the ability to see it, believe it, go get it. Every time. It's your fault you like to be the duck. Never be the duck ever again. You see, the SSN, that's for safety credit for the family. That solves the problem about money for a rainy day, blah, blah, blah. Now, the corporation gets credit, but it only manages the divisions today because they're the line of defense. So if we got a corporation with a tax ID and divisions with tax ID and something goes wrong, all we got to do is learn the 3-step. You ready to play some more? So you got a choice today like this. Credit card start credit score. Credit score give you more like house and car. Did you know the house and car don't do a darn thing for your credit report? They look pretty, but unless you screw them up, they're okay. So the plan is never screw it up. Remember raise rules? 29% on a given card. You jack it up, you drop your score. Get to the workshops with me. You're going to learn a lot more. You see, the goal today is pretty simple. I'd like to rebuild your credit to a 720 and more. I'd like to charge you $4.99. I'd like to add a rapid refresh too, by the way. All right, that'll get you up to $820. That's $4.99. If you put them together, that's $9.98. But wait, here's the thing with me. I've been doing this for 43 years. You get involved in a program with mine, and what I do is I hand you twice, if not more, cash credit back in your pocket. I take away all your excuses because that doesn't buy it. All right, sorry, if you don't play with me, you're going to go back to being home and go be stuck. Because I can get you to $1 million, and I can guarantee it. And that's your problem if you don't want to listen. But today, simple. What I'm going to do is offer it to you for $4.99. The salespeople sell it for $9.98. But if you do it through me for the first 30 minutes, I give it away half price. I don't get a paycheck. That's twice as much you invested in yourself back in your pocket. There's the cards I pop every day. You see, you could be next if you want to be. The program is going to be expedited. Everything I touch is expedited because I'm impatient. I want it done in 90 days or less, no matter what mess you got. So write down 877-519-7509 and call it right away. There's the Zelle, the wire deposit. Take a picture of that page. That way we can get it expedited. Now let's remember something, Ray's rules. That's why I need you at the workshop, so I give you some more of these as well. Status update, guess what? You're stuck with me. Like I said, I broadcast twice a day, Monday through Friday, and all day on Saturday. I don't like pre-recorded crap. At the status update at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I don't call out your name, I use your case number. I do 98% for you. I might ask you to do one or two things. Can you follow through? I'll get you to $1 million. If you want to play, it's up to you. This client that day, I said, you screwed up. Why'd you piss me off? You jacked up your cards, you dropped your score 33 points, and you even crashed a rapid rescore. I thought you really wanted to do this. What is your problem? Okay? And I said, get your butt back to the webinars and the seminars and workshops too. See, Ray's rules is pretty simple. I said, take $726 and pay him down to 29%. I gave him a rapid refresh and I popped him over 100,000 of credit. All you got to do is remember, I'm on point 100%. If this gets screwed up, it's because of you, not because of me, because I followed through. Now, if you want to make up to 1,000 plus a day, get people to the webinar with me. When they Zelle in, we Zelle you back up to 20%. Now, since I was a little boy, I always liked to study rich and famous people. Here's Walt Disney. As we all know, they filed bankruptcy 7 times in the past, kind of like a couple of you. Now let's understand what they did recently. They got $1 billion in the bank. It's right there in front of you. It's in Newsweek as well. They didn't want to pay tax, but they know how to play the game. All they did is write an IOU to themselves. And they paid no tax on $1 billion. Heck, I'm trying to get you to listen to me and go for the first $1 million at least. Corporations don't pay tax so they make a profit. So let's understand something today. Borrow money is not taxable. Can you write it down, please? Don't spend money, loan money. Write that down as well. Remember today, I'll show you what that means to the overview. You got a choice today. You've been looking for me all your life. You don't even know it yet, but you will. You see, I got to basically rebuild all of you. You got to be a qualified CFO. All right, you can tell me you got a good score, blah, 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 all day. You can't write off your personal credit cards or interest rate at all, but a corporation can write it all off. The way I designed this in 1986, all right, as long as it's a legitimate transaction, we're going to get 8 credit cards per division, 9 lines of credit, 8 supply cards, 10 vendor cards, 10 marketing, 6 lease cards, gas cards, and cash cards. You see, the way it goes with me is pretty simple. I'm an affiliate to 115 creditors, and that means I get to pop credit for you, corporation, and division simultaneously. By the way, some of you are using this trade line crap and authorized user stuff. Sorry, that doesn't work. How much credit would you like? Let me know, because I'll pop it for your corporation, division, and you. I got no excuses, but by the time I'm done with you, neither will you. If you have the intent to defraud or rip anybody off, don't worry. I'll testify against you in a court of law. That way you heard it from me, because I'm going to get you to the $1 million at least. It's kind of fun. But again, to you, all right, guess what? Ray's Daily Report. I got a call in today. The caller said, all right, I thought you're Lexington Law. We said, no, we're not. All right, by the way, don't know if you know this, under the Fair Lending Act, Credit Repair Service Act, and everything else you can look up, they're not allowed to collect money up front. They're actually breaking the law, but they don't really care, because you got 10,000 ripoff companies like this every day. This poor guy's paying $99 a month for 22 months. He just cost himself how much? Come on, $2,500? For what? A bunch of crap? He said he wanted to cancel. All right? You see, here's the thing. I got a fax from a client as well. And so today's reports, he said, thank you, Ray, for letting me pay $250 a week. See, as long as someone makes a commitment to me, I go through it and I get them through the process. They said they're thankful. Well, for me, no, just be thankful to Jesus. He gave me the rules and the tools. She's got a 742. I've only popped her 34,000 of credit so far. I'm not done, by the way. You see, I popped it, and basically she's been telling me she's been ripped off by so many people. All right, it's ridiculous. But then she said, thank you, Ray. The bottom line is I want to help her. I want to help you. But again, it's like Daryl today. This guy's got 9 credit cards, personal cards, up to $30,000. A lot of fees. But he says, Ray, can you get me a big card today? I can write it all off. How about Chase Inc. for $61,000? How about American Express, Gold and Platinum? How about a line of credit? You see, I don't have excuses. By the way, I'm the one who invented how to create 113 ways to daisy chain credit. We can turn this into 99 more if you want to. But we're only going to do this with corporate credit, because that's the only thing we can write off the card and the interest rate too. Don't you ever forget, it's called Ray's Rules. You got to write it down. We got the ability, look in front of you. It just flew in. Are you writing it down? See, I need you to write down your first blueprint with me. There's 3 divisions in a corporation. Write down line of defense. Come on, I'll wait till you catch up. You see, what a corporation should do is always get the credit, but maintain the divisions. Something's going to go wrong. We got to count on it. If Donald Trump can bankrupt 4 corporations in the past, so what can't you? I mean, by the way, every city that filed a bankruptcy, a corporation as well. How about rich and famous people too? They file bankruptcy and stay rich and famous, but not you. You know what's really sucks? That bank called Wells Fargo Bank. They stole identity. I heard that's called RICO, wire fraud. All right, that's a felony. All right, and it's amazing. You know what? I bet you a couple of you used to do that. That kind of sucks. But you know what they did? They got fined $3 billion. Wow. And online you'll see how they shut down 450 locations. They got away with it. So let's understand something today. If you know how to play the line of defense, and the rules and tools that I invented all along, corporation's going to maintain the divisions with a tax ID. Every division's got a tax ID. We create the line of defense. You ready to write down the 3-step today? It gives you the ability to disconnect, isolate, incorporate. I'm going to fight to save it. If I can't save it, sorry to say, I'm probably going to bankrupt that division and save the other pieces, but I'm not going to bring the pain home, because that would be silly and dumb. We have the ability to listen and learn and play if you want to, but that'll be up to you. I need you to write down money and credit now. 84 ways to play. I'll teach you a couple of those. Real estate, house, simple. We can fix one up called a flippity-dippity-do, or we can invest. Franchise is pretty simple. That's a McDonald's, a Taco Bell, or Wendy's when they got the beef. They stay open through COVID-19. Remember I said it's called cash flow free up your time. You're going to have to learn to listen and play and let me do all the work for you while I teach you how to fish. Now, when you got your house, don't take offense if I say I think you did it wrong. You see, escrow works for you, but you let them tell you what to do. I don't understand. Ray's rules are pretty simple. Escrow close, escrow homestead, escrow put in a trust. Sorry to say, if your house is in your name today and you die, it's stuck into probate. If somebody sues you, they screw you, they take it away. You might want to Google the word trust today. The forms are free, by the way. Now, if we're going to take a property and fix it up, I'm going to call it a flippity-dippity-do. You're going to hire the contractor, by the way, because you won the prize. Contractor's going to hire the subcontractor that's down outside Home Depot. But what's going to happen is pretty simple. They're going to cut every corner they can, and when they slip and fall, they're going to screw you and sue you for all you got, because you didn't listen to me. You see, here's the problem. I don't want you to make a mistake anymore. I want you to plan the problem before you do anything. Because you would have basically listened to me, you would have quickly do that property in a division. And then from there, you do an assignment of equity. So when they slip and fall and want to sue you, they can't sue you at all. And at the end of the day, they get diddly squat. Why not? But again, it's up to you. See, I want to repackage your whole damn life. Sorry to say, I think you're doing it all wrong anyway. So here's the thing. If we're going to fix it, that property today, it's probably $83,000 plus. But here's my problem with a couple of you. Every time I turn around, one of you is trying to play peekaboo with the IRS. You cannot win the game unless you play by the rules. So don't tell me you wanted an AP tax and you try to circumvent that too. Corporations don't pay tax no matter what you say till they make a profit. Get yourself to the irs.gov website. See if they'll put you in a forgiveness program. Download a form called 656 of 433A and B. You can't even get your COVID-19 check. Get your butt back in the system where it belongs. See, you got a choice today. We can learn how to play by the rules and the tools. Don't worry, we still got to fix up that property. You know what we got to do? When I was a little boy, they used to tease me and call me OP, other people's money. I was the original one. Guess what? I want you to have 4 more divisions. Can you write them down, please? 1 for carpet, 1 for appliances, 1 for fixtures, 1 for wood. I want to hold your hand to teach you how to get to the manufacturers, save up to 70%. I want to make sure they give us up to at least a 60-day. I don't want to use my money to fix up those properties. Why would I do it? Because I can do it this way. See, when the escrow closes, they'll pay off all the debt. That's kind of fun. Now I got $200,000 left over. What am I going to do with that? Sorry to say, a couple of you would go piss it away and be broke again today. Here's the problem with all of you. I could bet each one of you had $10,000 to $100,000 in the past. And if you pissed it away, some of you are broke today. Raise rules. 84 ways to leverage money. Teach a couple of those. Please write down, borrow money's not taxable. Can you do that, please? Let's understand something today. The line of defense. You see, one of the things you have to listen and learn about is leveraging money. You see, what happens is the banks can borrow up to times 10 to the feds. Then they go back to up to 5 to you. How do you make the bank say yes? You make sure they verify themselves. You ready to play? You see, I teach you how to put that $200,000 in a CD. Then we put it in basically a line of credit. And then we create basically a bank account too. Now we got 3 reference points. By the way, that would give you $600,000 of reference. And understand something? They can give you times 5 back. So that means if they did give me $3 million, since borrow money's not taxable, I'd probably use $2 million of that to go get a McDonald's today. Would you like a Big Mac and fries and a chocolate shake? Let me know. I know, all right, if you don't have all that, that's okay. As long as you make a commitment to me and learn how to play, we can start with $1,000 today. We can have some fun and reference it by 3. And if they times that by 5, that's only $15,000. 1,000 becomes 15 to 50 to 100,000 to $1 million. If they did it 725,000, that's 375. It's even faster. We can make it into 5 million right away. But again, you got to learn how to play the game. So you got a choice. Building up your future. You're stuck with me. Won't that be fun? You see, I wanted a Rolex earlier, years ago, but I don't like to spend money. I like to hold on to it and hold on to it and hold on and turn it loose. So I wanted it for free. So I set up a division for jewelry. They wanted $89,000 retail, but I got it wholesale price. They rented the watch. I got it, no, I had to pay for it for 30 days. I put a loan on a watch I did not own. I paid for the invoice when it came in. The leftover I put in the bank to maintain the payments on the watch I did not own. And at the end of the day, I got it for free. Maybe today you'll listen to me. Who knows? You can have some fun. See, you got to beat your own doubt here. Most people have McDonald's today are no different than you. It's called see it, believe it, go get it. One of my first cars was a Lamborghini. My favorite car, by the way. I don't know what your dream car is, but let me know. Fleet price tax ID. I'll teach you how to play that game too. You see, I won't show anything I didn't obtain myself. So I'll show you a couple goodies I got. From the mansions to the helicopters to the yachts to the race boats. I got to get you past go. So I don't want you stocking the shelf. My clients own the damn store. Is that okay with you? We can have some fun. By the way, I used to call this one God's gift. This is where I park my race boats and my yachts in my backyard. Where'd you park yours again? Remember, second largest advertiser in Los Angeles for 32 years. I'm probably the most verified person you can find. I got no BS. Even though I haven't had a paycheck for decades, I'm trying to help everybody I can. I like helicopters, Lamborghinis, and buildings too. You see what company car you want. Now I need you to write down 2 more things. Can you do that, please? Because every time you write a check or use your debit card, you tend to pull out your driver's license. And you keep saying, here's where I live, come rob my house, come sue me, screw me, take it away. I'm sorry to say, I call that silly and dumb. I'd like you to change your driver's license to a P.O. box and a mailing address. And before you say a word, because I know one of you two you will, all right, under the Schaefer bill, they created what's called the Driver's Privacy Protection Act. I won't tell you to do anything unless it's factually verifiable. I want you to protect yourself. Now, I don't know why you don't listen to me about a car at fleet price, but the last time you bought a car, you let some guy sweat you for 2 hours with an ugly shirt and an ugly tie. But that's on you. You got the car, lost $5,000 plus, up to 9 inquiries too. If you're not going to listen to me, can you at least write down 2 rules to that? When they hand you the paper and say, we need your permission to run your credit, next to your name, all right, when you sign it, write down this allows 1 inquiry only. Take a picture. You see, for me, I want to get you the car in the fleet price, all right, under the tax ID. I want to learn how to play some more. You want to play with me? See, I turn this into a game because I like to win. See, if you turn it into a game, you'll win too. Now, here's the problem with all of you. You're at the grocery store, you're at the bank, you bump somebody's car, a little bumpity bump, but they act like they got whiplash. They're gonna die. Driver's license, insurance, registration, please. What happens now? We got your home address there. That's kind of dumb. Oh, the insurance, you've been paying for it out of your paycheck? The corporation should be paying that instead of you. A registered owner, you're the duck. But guess what? You shouldn't be the duck. It should be a division, not you. But again, this is the problem. You're not listening to the rules and the tools. So they're going to call in those nasty attorneys on TV, those bloodsuckers. They're going to sue you, screw you, take it all away. Because you didn't listen to me today. At the workshops, it's pretty simple. We're going to play with pink slips, registered owners and lien holders too. By the way, the registered owner will be the division. I'll show you how to play that too. If you do this, you create the line of defense. So what happens is simple. The lien holder will be the corporation. This time, if they want to basically sue you, they can. At the end of the day, they get diddly squat. Why not? See, you didn't plan on the problems. That's the biggest problem with most people today. Because there's always something that's going to go wrong. The specialty division class this weekend, you see, not everybody could afford to go to the boot camp this last weekend. So I had a lot of people say, I want to learn about divisions, Ray, and on top of divisions, subdivisions too. So I'm having a specialty class this Saturday for some people. All right, I got 9 classes on Saturday to teach them how to play the game. Because guess what? Corporation can have a tax ID, line of defense, every division too. We could even have subdivisions. I invented that as well. Again, you get to play with me, but it's up to you. You see, on July 3rd, 2009, I took my corporate yacht from my backyard. I said, fill it up. I can write off the card and the interest rate too. It was $1,600. I can write off the yacht. July 4th, we watched the fireworks with a group of people on the yacht. Here I am in July 5th in a damn coma. That kind of sucks. H1N1, pandemic number 9, swine flu pneumonia. So what am I going to do? Say boo-hoo-hoo? No, sorry. You see, I got to walk with a tank, oxygen tank for 5 weeks. I put my score back to an 820. See, my family counts on me and they needed to eat. I built another $1 million of credit again because I don't stay down like some of you. God's using me to help you if you'll pay attention today. I made a promise in that coma. I'd help people the rest of my life. And one of the things I'm praying for today is to go for 50 more years. You know, understand something. I named my son and my daughter after me. The Reynolds University, my legacy. So all I want to really do with you is rebuild your credit, rapid refresh, credit lines, corporations, articles, books, CDs, classes. I want you stuck with me. So don't jack up a card past 29%, because that's on you. Don't drop your score anymore. Remember something today, when I Googled the word corporate setup, it was almost $2,600. And what do you get? Some of you paid more than that. You got a piece of paper. 96% don't know what's next, and you're stuck. Well, let me do this for you today. Let me customize it. Articles, also tax ID. Let me charge you $9.99. Now, what I want you to do is, remember, I want to hand you the fish, then I want to teach you to fish. I want you my level 1 workshop and my corporate setup too for 90 days so you can master the rules and the tools, especially for the line of defense. The workshops are $9.99. Together, that's $9.98. But wait, I love that from our show. There's more. Today, write down what I'm going to say is $17.99. What I like to always do, remind me, and don't ever forget, is give you twice the credit back, if not more. So at the workshops and webinars, we're going to have some fun from the corporation, line of defense, and every division as well. I got to teach you how to fish so you can do it on your own. As you do this, I'm going to hand you $5,400 of cash credit. That's right. That's only 3 times your investment back in your pocket. I want to take away all your excuses. So the bottom line is I'll even do the rapid refresh and the credit rebuilding as well. So guess what? Now this is only for the people at the 2 o'clock. If you're on the 1 o'clock or you're in the morning workshops and you didn't take the opportunity, they made a list. All right? Just don't pay attention to this. You're not getting it. When I offer something one time, you better jump and run and go get it. See it, believe it, go get it. If you don't, you just missed out. So it's pretty simple. All right? There's the first 12 books and CDs. All right? Kind of fun. There's the real estate system. In the financial series too. They're trying to sell it for $3,000 at the office. When I give it away, it's usually $999 today. But here's what happens. If you do the $17.99, I'm going to give it to you for free, the group that's in the 2 o'clock. If you're in the morning one and you didn't do it, that's on you. If they do it, I will fire them. Because when I say that you got to do something and I offer something and you should go see it, believe it, go do it, I expect it to be done then. Not a hesitation, not a wait, and not a basically a procrastinator. So this is offered only for the 2 o'clock participants. Pretty simple. That's how it works. There's a Zelle, there's a wire, there's a deposit. You want to play? You want to get to $1 million? I'll even guarantee it. It's going to be up to you. Special prices and bonuses, they're only good for 30 minutes after the webinar. All right, you got 877-519-7509. You see, I got a sales team. They make commission after that. So the bottom line is, if you procrastinate, that's on you. Make a commitment today for your future. Don't ever forget raisecredit.com. It is the voice of credit. You're stuck with me. They said it could not even sink. Hell, it could not even turn. Guess what? Colonel Sanders didn't get his first $1 million check till he was 71. Thomas Edison didn't give up. Why did a couple of you? Bottom line is, Bannister, don't run the 4-minute mile. You're going to die. He said, go to hell. I'll do it my way anyway. It's pretty simple. You see, they say white men can't jump. I don't get that. I was kicking the door jamb when I was 10 and a half and kicking the basketball hoop too. I hold the world record since 1981. And guess what? I accomplished every goal I've ever had by the time I was 26. If you can touch it, you can kick it. See, I follow through. I don't hesitate at all. So you got a choice. God only made one of me. Thank God for that. So whatever you got, believe me, I'll get you structured. I'll get you to $1 million. Not a problem. Your lack of commitment is the biggest problem people have. They don't commit. All right? You see, what you got to do is like me. Reach in the dream. Think and be the impossible. I've done it all my life. Raise rules. You might want to think about that. Today, if you want $1 million paycheck, raise your hand. Sorry to say, that's calling dumb. You only keep $375. You want $1 million in a corporation, I'll call you brilliant. You see, you get to pay the bills first, and then you got to pay tax on the leftover, whatever's left over after that. Now, you know what's really weird? Richard didn't listen to me. He's a nice guy. He won Survivor the first show. He almost died twice on the show. He got his $1 million check. They said, you keep $375. The IRS gets the rest. He didn't listen to me. He pissed it all away. Some mean federal judge put him in prison for 3.5 years. They should have gave him probation. But what can you say? Judges are like that. Some of them are just, I'll keep that for another day. Motivation's not enough. All that motivation, I listen to it every day. Blah, blah, blah. The one percenters. Blah, blah, blah. More crap today. I like listening to the story. But without the rules and the tools, I'm sorry, it's just blah, blah, blah. Let's give everybody the rules and the tools so we can say it's 99 percenters instead. By the way, again, I won't show you anything I didn't obtain myself. A couple goodies from the Lamborghinis, the yachts, the race boats, helicopters, world records too. Just having fun with some mansions as well. You might want to write down Ray's rules. It'll get you there. Now, understand something today. Every one of you got a story to tell too. But at the end of the day, I just want to hand you up to an 820 credit score, up to $100,000 of credit for safety. Remember, you can't write off the credit cards or the interest rate. That's safety credit. That fills the little blah, blah, blah about money for a rainy day crap. Now, I want to hand you a corporation with divisions up to $1 million. I don't want you to be stuck anymore. Keep in mind, they always turn around and go, what's next? By the way, you're looking at what's next. It's called me. It's called Ray's Rules. You're stuck with me at the workshops. I don't pass the buck. It's millions to billions. See it, believe it, go get it. Every time. Again, I want to repackage your whole life. That's what I want to do. I don't think you're doing it right. I want to clone me into you. I want to do it my way, get you to million to billion. But again, if you're watching me on Google, Facebook, or YouTube, you're probably missing the PowerPoint in front of me. You might think about going to rayswebinar.com. As we do this, let's keep in mind today, remember when I said I was 7.5 years old and I heard a corporation is a legal person? I heard my way out if I could figure it out. It didn't exist then, doesn't exist now. That's why I created the blueprint and the rules and the tools. You got the ability to basically read the directions. I call it step-by-step, one to goal. From here, it's pretty simple, putting your life together, reading the manual, using the instruction book too, so you get to play if you want to listen to the rules and tools. I wrote that again 43 years ago, winning the game of business. It works. I love that. So the ability is to play and learn how to do it and not be stressed out at the same time. So keep in mind today, if all you want is the rules and the tools, you want to play 18 books, 18 CDs, all right, instead of $3,000 the salespeople sell it for, you can get it through me for $9.99. All right, if you do it right away. You have 30 minutes after the webinar to do that. You can Zelle it, wire, or make a deposit. That's how we get paid. See, all I want is 90 days. Give me 90 days, I'll have you on your way to the $1 million dream. From there, remember I said corporate setup today, $17.98 through me. You talk to sales after that 30 minutes, they're going to charge you $19.98. Simple. I'm going to hand you $5,400 of cash credit back to you. By the way, that's 3 times your investment back in your pocket. I want to take away all your excuses. I'll even do the rapid refresh and the credit building as well. So guess what happens if you do that right away within the 30 minutes or less? I'm going to give you the 18 books and CDs absolutely for free. That's right, in the 2 o'clock class, the webinar. If you were in the morning one, guess what? They will not offer it to you because I told them I'd fire them if they did. When I say I got a special, you got to do it now, that means now, now, now. It doesn't mean later on today. So you got a choice. If you're in the 2 o'clock, you get to win. All right, you get the Millionaires Founders Kit. If you're in the class this morning and you didn't do it, that's on you. The bottom line is I don't play games. Zelle, wire, make a deposit today. You got the ability to understand the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, turn corporations into people. See, I love the United States of America Incorporated. Ever since Nixon took the gold standard out, they got the key to the printing press. And by the way, the United States of America Incorporated, they manage 50 states. Those are the divisions. And by the way, they're corporations as well. Those states, they manage their divisions. Oh, they're called cities. Those cities are corporations as well. They're so smart, they got a Chapter 9 bankruptcy. It's public record. Check it out. They know how to play the game. I'm just like you. I learned how to play the game at 9.5. So you got a choice today. Ray's rules. Never have joint credit. You buy a house, it's simple. All right, escrow close, escrow homestead, escrow record in a trust. Remember what I said earlier today? Never name it after you. That's called dumb. Don't name it what it does. That's double dum-dum. And guess what? Always have up to $1 million of credit. The way I designed this in 1986 is pretty simple. What I want you to realize is to do is pretty simple. I want the corporation to get money and credit, but I don't want it to really do business. I want you to set up the divisions for real estate, franchise, current business. I want to make sure you understand how to set up the line of defense. That way you don't bring the pain home anymore. Don't forget the specialty classes for divisions is Saturday. That specialty is for the people who couldn't afford to get to the billionaire group. But again, some of the billionaires want to do it again and again. That's up to them. The bottom line is pretty simple. The divisions and subdivisions, the way I designed it in 1986, the line of defense. You got the ability to listen and learn and play, and I'll even do the work for you. I don't have any hesitation. Remember what I said in the beginning today? Plan on the problems. Plan on something that's going to go wrong, because it will. Safety, credit, the line of defense. That's all you got to do, is make sure you understand to listen to me. Now, if all you want to do is repair your credit or rebuild it like I do, all right, I'll charge you $499. I'll do a rapid refresh, get you up to an 820. All right, give you a $1,000 credit card, twice as much you invest in yourself. But if you wait till after the 30 minutes or the webinar is over, sales is going to sell it to you for $998 because you waited too long. I'll get you a $1,000 cash card. You could be next if you'd like. The program is going to be expedited. Ray's rules, 90 days or less. You got 877-519-7509. So you get to play with me. Zelle, wire, make a deposit today. So the ability is up to you. Keep in mind, specialty prices and bonuses are only good for 30 minutes after the webinar. So you got 877-519-7509. Because after that 30 minutes, I got a sales team. They make a commission after that. From there, if you make your commitment for your future, you should make it right away. RaysCredit.com, the voice of credit. You're stuck with me. Now, I created a program called Millionaires in the Making today. I want you to understand step one. This is where I put a bunch of pieces together for you. In other words, we did the credit rebuild, the rapid refresh, articles, tax ID, officers list 2. I want to basically hand you the fish, teach you how to fish. I'll even analyze you twice. I want you in the workshops for 90 days, how to master the corporation structure and divisions as well for the line of defense. Now, I charge $3,995. All right, but today, let's wait. I'll charge you $299. That's $2,999 today. If you wait past the 30 minutes, sales will get you $3,995. You see, if I sell it, I don't get a commission. I get to give you the discount. If they sell it, they get the commission. That's how it works. So understand, if it's $2,999 today, I'm going to hand you $25,000 of cash credit. By the way, that's 8 times your investment back in your pocket. Now, what excuse you got now? Remember, today, if you do this within the 30 minutes after webinar, you're getting the Millionaires Founders Kit for free. But again, if you were on the one this morning at 11 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, you didn't take an opportunity, you missed it. If they dare give it to somebody who didn't listen to me this morning, I would fire them right away. So today, if you're in the 2 o'clock group, you get to win. But it's only one time. Zelle, wire, because I'm giving it practically away. Again, the American dream. Receiving money every month, pay all your bills, drive the company car, go on a business trip, help other people for a bit time, create the line of defense. You've got to master that. Master and Ray's rules. Remember, Millionaires in the Making today, I'm offering it for $2,999, $25,000 of cash credit, 8 times your investment. If it is done within the 30 minutes, you will get that. If not, sales will sell it to you at the normal price. If you do it right away again, I'm going to hand you the Millionaires Founders Kit absolutely free. But again, it's up to you. Or again, if you were on the class and webinar this morning, you didn't take the opportunity, they have a list. They will not give you the freebies today of the Millionaires Founders Kit at all. That will not happen. If they did, I would fire them on the spot. Zelle, wire, make a deposit. When I offer something I never offered before, I say go do it, I expect people to do it. I will personally hold your hand. At the workshop, you're stuck with me. The bottom line is I want to repackage your whole life. That's what I want to do. But again, it's going to be up to you. So let's remember at the status updates on Saturday at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, you're stuck with me. I don't pass the buck. I'm going to call out your case number, never your name. I'm doing 98% for you. I might ask you to do one or two things. Can you do that? As long as you can follow through, we can get you to $1 million. Some of you are probably going to get to $1 billion too. It's up to you. Stay safe. Stay strong. Remember, today we find ourselves sitting waiting for what's next to come. Let us remember life is a gift from our Father in heaven. God has given us the opportunity to believe and receive. Let us make the best of the day and give thanks in every way. Thank you, Jesus, for one more day. Amen to that. I started the Reynolds University probably 30 years ago. I didn't know I was going to go into coma, but I did. I was doing up to $1 million plus a day, 22,000 square feet in Irvine, locations around the states, having fun, helping people. Today, because I don't stay down, I repackaged myself right away with millions of dollars of credit. You got 877-519-7509. You need to master Ray's rules. We're definitely a profit company, all right, and we build relationships and dreams. Keep in mind, very simple, price is given in bonuses, all right. When I give it away, it's good for 30 minutes. That 877-519-7509, because after that, I got a sales team. They make commission. That's how they make their money. So if I sold it and you do it, they don't get a commission, and after that, they say, I didn't sell it because you didn't listen to me. They sold it. It's on them. So it's time to make a commitment for your future. RaisCredit.com, the line in the voice of credit all the way. At the end of the day, all I can tell you, if you're not calling that number right away, all right, you're going to miss out. God loves us all.